Welcome, everyone, to Pasadena, California and the Rose Bowl in the shadow of the San Gabriel Mountains. Arroyo Seco, also home to the UCLA Bruins, and it just doesn't get much better than this. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off.
People want to tell whatever their version of the story is. Be like, you know, I fuck away from clearing it up. Be like, why you so sensitive about that? But the bottom line is like, you know, I ain't never lived like that. You can't tell me something about myself that ain't true. Period. When it's about relationship, anything, you can't. That's not true. Stop. Matter of fact, stop talking about it. That's a fact. So, sensitive like that. It's like, you know, I ain't never lived like that. You can't tell me something about myself that ain't true. That's my relationship. That's not true. Matter of fact, stop talking about me. That's a fact. People want to tell whatever their version of the story is. And be like, you know, I even felt the way even clearing it up. And be like, why you so sensitive about that? But bottom line is like, you know, I ain't never lived like that. You can't tell me something about myself that ain't true. Period. When it's about relationship, anything, you can't. That's not true. Stop. Matter of fact, stop talking about me if you ain't got some facts. I'm prolific. Self-gift. People want to tell whatever their version of the story is. Be like, you know, I even felt the way even clearing it up. Be like, why you so sensitive about that? But bottom line is like, you know, I ain't never lived like that. You can't tell me something about myself that ain't true. Period. When it's about relationship, anything, you can't. That's not true. Stop. Matter of fact, stop talking about me if you ain't got some facts. I'm prolific. Self-gift. People want to tell whatever their version of the story is. Be like, you know, I even felt the way even clearing it up. Be like, why you so sensitive about that? But bottom line is like, you know, I ain't never lived like that. You can't tell me something about myself that ain't true. Period. When it's about relationship, anything, you can't. That's not true. Stop. Matter of fact, stop talking about me if you ain't got some facts. I'm prolific. Self-gift. People want to tell whatever their version of the story is. Be like, you know, I even felt the way even clearing it up. Be like, why you so sensitive about that? But the bottom line is like, you know, I ain't never lived like that. You can't tell me something about myself that ain't true. Period. When it's about relationship, anything, you can't. That's not true. Stop. Matter of fact, stop talking about me if you ain't got some facts. I'm prolific.
time today. The battle for Los Angeles, two spectacular uniforms, awesome backdrop, and the battle for the victory bell, guys.
I was going to say, Reese, aesthetically, this is one of my favorite games of the year. I love when both schools wear their home unis, and they're traditional. They haven't changed very much over the years. This game's just fun to watch in every sense of the word.
Fun for the fans, too, because they don't have to go anywhere. And you know what else is always cool? You tune into this game late in the season, what do you get? Great weather, too. I mean, it makes me jealous every year watching this football.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to throw. It's Gordon. Finds this big tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And that's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And the Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Trojans' offense has its first opportunity of the day. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality. Let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Really nice pass right there. This guy's got a lot to live up to. So much pressure when you think about playing quarterback for the Trojans. Heisman winners, guys like Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, Caleb Williams. There's a lot of people watching this guy hoping he can be the next great one at USC. When you see throws like that, it gives you the hope that maybe, you know what, he might just be.
Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a first down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. A shot toward the end zone. And that pass picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Line gets set, first down. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
Knocked off his feet. Historically, the Trojans have been the powerhouse in this rivalry, but last season it was UCLA in a blowout.
And that is not something USC is accustomed to. They want to own this rivalry. They think they own UCLA. They will have some extra fire behind them today.
Yeah, and that UCLA blowout last year really helped the Bruins in recruiting, too. Remember, these two schools, they recruit the same kids here in Los Angeles, in the state of California, and nationally as well. It would be massive if UCLA could beat USC again and make it back-to-back.
Now on second down. Leaves it with the back. Stops at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the marker.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall that just couldn't seem to find their creases or get enough movement up front. But they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop it. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Running back has it. And the Bruins get enough for the first down.
You got to have of short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. To the air, it's Gordon. Gets it out quickly. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, UCLA! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Ohio State is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Troy Smith, and they're right back in this. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Indiana. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The run to the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
He'll try to pop the draw. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Trojans send out the punt unit. Boots his first of the day away. He was called on 4 times in the victory last week. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Looking to throw, it's Gordon. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. We played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is snowed under. The victory bell's not some manufactured, concocted trophy, guys. This thing actually used to be on a train.
That is so cool. The origins of the story of all these rivalries and the trophies, Jesse, it's so cool. It's fun to find out about. And these guys out here are learning on the job about it.
Yeah, it's just really such a point of pride, the victory bell. Not just here in the city of Los Angeles, but to these kids, there's just a different energy in this game.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Touch pass on the run. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down.
And I've never met a offensive player who said, no, we don't want to go for it on 4th and 1. 4th and 1 is a great situation for the offense. You got to get 1 yard. You practice it all the time. You got to be physical. Go out and get it. They did a good job going out and getting that 1 yard.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Gordon. Makes his connection. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. If they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. Into the house. Touchdown, Bruins! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and make that big play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've stumbled a little bit out of the gate here, Jesse, finding themselves down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and their defense needs to help them out and get off the field, get through some more possessions. This offense didn't spend a lot of time on the field in the 1st quarter, David. I think they got to run the ball here and try to establish some rhythm.
They got to establish something. And you're right. You'll wear your defense out. Continue. You keep getting the football back to them, to the other offense. You're wearing your defense out, and you have no shot to get back in this game.
Looking to throw, it's Moss. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Give to the running back. Hard running there. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. This crosstown rivalry dates back nearly 100 years, guys. The first meeting between the Trojans and the Bruins back in 1929.
And every year since, you know, one thing you know, Jesse, is the uniforms are crisp. They are clean.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the 1st half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
Coming after him. He's going to take off. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant 1st half performance. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard.
Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, UCLA!
And he's got that bayou speed, like I run bayou. You can call it whatever route you want to call it, but does a nice job winning at the line of scrimmage, getting behind the DB, runs, catches it right in the end zone. Big play for this offense. Nice throw, nice catch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And after the loss on that last one, an all-important second down play from the 12. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Running back searching for a hole. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Trojans will call on their punt team. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. First play of the drive comes from the 41. They'll throw it on first down. Right down the middle. He's got it. And perhaps a touchdown saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. And the Bruins headed quickly to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Trying to get to it. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. Trying to catch this drive with the pass. Reels it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins!
This guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll leave it with him. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing second and long from the 19. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking to throw, it's Moss. He's got his man. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Setting up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Trojans decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. The give to the back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stops right at the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last when they need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Harden. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They're facing a third down. They'll run the sneak for it. The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Gordon. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And the Bruins are marching down the field. He'll try the left side. Keeps the legs moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently.
Got him downfield. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Defense is about filling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Just feeds the running back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to sniff his way.
Touchdown, UCLA! And the punishment has been extended. The Bruins stretch out that lead, and they look like a team ready to ring the victory bell.
I think momentum's a real thing when UCLA and USC play each other. But that Bruins touchdown here in the second half is giving them a lot of life, David.
Yeah, and it's getting them excited, the fans excited. They know what this rivalry means. They know what a win will mean, and they know they can ring that victory bell.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Pressure coming. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Takes a handoff. It's Harden. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Gordon. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. Trying to take it back. Oh, that was a terrific return as he takes it to the 9.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Running it to the right. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
How about that? This team is way up in this game, and they're still taking shots in the 4th quarter. There is no let-up.
Back to throw, it's Gordon. Getting some heat, and that's a live ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. couldn't order better field position for this offense. He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks at the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Dropping back, it's Gordon. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Classic pressure coming from the defense's right side, and they get the quarterback to the turf.
And that's what those defensive ends in a 4-3 do. Those guys know how to get after the quarterback, play on an edge. Nice job rushing the passer, getting off the football.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And this offense has had a great day, and they've put some big plays together. But the last 2 plays, man, getting a little complacent. They got to protect their quarterback. That's back-to-back sacks. The offensive line has to do a better job.
And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let them do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. He's going to pass. Finds his man. It's Branch. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the 1st down. He looks that one in nicely. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. And the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. The aerial assault continues. Got his man downfield. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. All wideouts, no backs. Looking for a man, it's Moss. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their...
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He is finally out of bounds, but he was spelling that end zone on that return. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Now they'll try the right side. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. One back in the backfield, he gets to carry. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Here on third down, will they go back to the running game? To the ground to try to move the chains. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run.
Gonna let it fly. Grabs it inside the 15. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. We're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely want this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, dominated, and beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
Okay.
That's going to do it for us.
Look at this, you playing football.
Pollock, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Look at it. How old are you? 11. Twins, right? Twins. Okay.